Well, a very good morning, everyone. You are alive. You are alive. I hereby declare this awards ceremony of University of the Arts London open. Hello and welcome to your ceremony, graduates. As Chancellor of this esteemed institution, I'm so very pleased to be here with you today and delighted to be able to extend my congratulations to you all. I'm sure my feelings are shared by the rest of the platform party when I say that it's a real honor to join you and your family and friends, even the ones way back there, on this momentous occasion. This is your day, and one you will likely never forget as an important step in the rest of your lives. Because today we reflect on and celebrate the remarkable journey you started here maybe 2, 3, or even 4 years ago. By completing your studies, you have demonstrated perseverance, adaptability, and patience. The ability to stick with things right to the bitter end, despite the many challenges and surprises that life throws at us. You've proven that you can do much more than just ride the fickle waves of success and good luck, but that you can equally navigate the choppy waters of self-doubt, inequity, and failure right up to the shores of success. This is a huge testament to your character, your wit, your intelligence, talent, and sheer determination. In an age where quick wins are the order of the day, you've committed to the slow and sometimes painful process of setting yourself a target and then putting in the effort to reach it. I congratulate you not only on your academic success today, but for all the ways in which you have won, crossing continents, moving home, some of you, leaving good jobs and your comfort zones, the safety of established friendship groups and ways of working, ignoring all those voices, maybe even your own at times, which said, you can't do it. You're not good enough. You'll never be good enough. Indeed, what you did is pick yourself up when things got stressful, and as they say, you trusted the process. And it's a praiseworthy attribute and not one so commonly held. Not many of us are born knowing how to do the things we want to do. Not all of us have an innate talent or gift to be able to shine in our chosen field without work and guidance. Many of us don't even know our exact destination, but instead travel a winding path towards finding out what interests us the most. I implore you to keep that same curiosity and determination throughout your professional lives, because there will be many instances where you find yourself right at the beginning again. You're graduating from UAL at the end of your course as the students with the most expertise and knowledge, but many of you will take on new endeavors from now on, where you'll be the apprentice, the newbie. Don't let that dissuade you, and don't cry about it. Indeed, wherever you go next, as an intern, a junior, or starting your own enterprise, you have to be prepared to start from scratch. And that's not as bad as it may seem. Each new scenario and experience provides inspiration and learning to make us who we are. We are made of many layers, like a prism reflecting out a unique combination of all we've seen and done. This is how we create, by combining those thoughts and feelings and experiences into a new take on life. As a UAL graduate, you will see as you make your way in new circles the kind of response and expectations the UAL name evokes. We are associated with professionalism, creativity, experimentation, solution finders. We're innovators, award winners, pioneers, absolute legends, goats, folks. We're goats. You know it. Yeah. But there's no need for me to tell you any of this. You know this to be true yourself. It's the reason you worked so hard to study here in the first place. It's the reason why I am so proud to be your Chancellor. Graduates, I'm excited to see what you do next, to witness how you influence and shape this world of ours for the better, to marvel at the way you put to use the skills you have honed here at UAL, creating a fairer, more just world where creativity provides answers for urgent social questions. Take us with you on those journeys. Share your news and update us. Encourage and support one another. You're not leaving your friends and classmates behind today. Your collaboration with them and us must, I hope, continue, strengthen, and transform as you become one of our highly esteemed alumni. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Good morning, everyone. Chancellor, members of court, to our guests, our staff, our honorary graduates, and graduates. Give yourselves a round of applause. I have the wonderful task, alongside our Chancellor, of welcoming you to this ceremony on a beautiful day at the Royal Festival Hall overlooking the River Thames. We have all gathered here to join you and to say a huge congratulations to you. At Central St Martin's, our students enable our disciplines to speak to all aspects of humanity and the impact of humans through their work. CSM is a community of designers, thinkers, and problem solvers, working with a sense of imagination that sparks truthfully and authentically. I know, graduates, how hard you have worked to reach this moment, and I also know that you weren't alone. Your friends, your family, and our staff were with you on this journey. So, I'm now going to ask all our graduates to make as much noise as possible by clapping and cheering to celebrate and thank the people who have supported you throughout your studies. Hang on, don't go too early. Let's begin our thanks by recognising the hard work and support of all the staff at the university. Every year, our academic, technical and professional services staff work hard to support our students, making the university a place with people at its heart. Together, they deliver a transformative higher education and provide our graduates with the knowledge, ability, and confidence to make a meaningful difference to the world. I see and hear firsthand every day how dedicated they are as they prepare you for the next chapter. They have been with you every step of the way, and I'm sure you would like to join me in giving them a warm round of applause to thank them for encouraging you to achieve your best. The staff of the university. Planning for graduation is a huge endeavour to ensure everything runs smoothly. The team behind today has worked tirelessly to ensure today's occasion is special, and we want to thank them for the impressive way they have prepared for this event. Let's show our appreciation to everyone involved. But I have saved what I'm sure will be your biggest and loudest thank you to the end. The families, carers, and friends who have supported you throughout your university journey. You know the difference they have made and the moments they have shared along the way. Can I now ask all graduating students to stand, please, and to face your family and your friends, and basically make as much noise as possible, please? Go on, go for it. Thank you, graduates. Please be seated. I feel incredibly proud and privileged to share this graduation ceremony with you as the Vice-Chancellor of UAL. As I look out, I see tomorrow's change makers, thinkers and leaders. I see representatives of a generation that can drive nations forward, push boundaries and make a difference to those we are here to serve. Recent world events have had a huge impact on all our lives. As a result, the world has changed significantly and life is more uncertain than ever. Inequalities in society, global conflicts, and the climate change emergency threaten us all. We cannot predict what new challenges we will face over the coming years as we renegotiate our relationship with technology and seek to create a greener and fairer world. All of this makes it hard to predict what is to come, but your achievements demonstrate your strength, resilience, and courage. Amidst all this uncertainty, being here with you today, I feel hopeful and optimistic. You have the power to shape the future for yourself and the communities that you belong to. The attitudes and actions you take as you step out from here will shape not only your own lives, but the lives of those around you. So, graduates, do the right thing. You are talented, creative, and inspiring. It is to you to whom we look to help us build a better future. We know that you will take on this responsibility not as a burden, but as an opportunity to show the world what you can achieve. And I leave you with a quote for today from Maya Angelou. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. Please, graduates, please continue to remember that for the future. You graduate with our warmest congratulations and very best wishes for the exciting times that lie ahead. Stay in contact with us and with each other, for together we can achieve so much more. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. And now, before we present the candidates, we have a special film featuring some of our graduates as they look back on their time at UAL. And following the film, the Dean of C School, Rebecca Fortnam, will present the candidates for awards for art and performance. We'll now play the film. Thank you.
You came to Central St. Martin's for a degree, but you're leaving with so much more. It wasn't easy. You questioned yourself, you made mistakes, you made something only you could make. You learned by doing and doing again. You tried things that didn't quite work and kept going until they did. You learned from those moments. They made you who you are today and who you'll be tomorrow. You learned what it took. It took the late nights you devoted to honing your craft or hanging out in the platform bar, the days spent on the roof terrace, and the hazy afternoons on the canal steps. It took navigating dance routines in the crossing and finding outfit inspiration every day as the street became a catwalk. It took getting to grips with the building, navigating it was slow, and sprinting for deadlines always came too fast. It took meeting new people who challenged you. It took sparks of inspiration from tutors and technicians. It took friends, loved ones, and more to push you beyond your comfort zone. It took finding your voice, and sometimes losing it first. But most importantly, it took you. Your decisions, your flair, your unique point of view.
Finishing my degree feels strange, but also exciting.
What makes CSM special is that everyone is really allowed to be themselves and to explore themselves.
I'm leaving CSM knowing it's okay to not know exactly what you are, not just as a designer or creative, but sort of as a person as well.
I think the thing that I'm going to miss most about CSM is the people.
Being around everyone every day and just constantly having this amazing dialogue about what you're making, and it being the most important thing to everyone here. It's really encouraging and really empowering.
Learn a lot here, made a lot of good friends, a lot of good connections, and I can't wait to showcase what I've got and what I've learned in the industry.
Just remember, you've done this, it's really amazing. You'll always have this, you've worked really hard, so yeah, just enjoy it.
It's a bittersweet thing where it's I feel the most capable to leave, but also probably the saddest to go, if that makes sense.
It took everything you had to be sitting here today, but you made it, because the world needs creativity. But more than that, it needs your creativity. It needs your passion, your ideas, your guts. And when the time comes to make an impact, we know, and you know, that you've got what it takes. We've got this, class of 2025. Good luck.
I confirm that the candidates from Central St Martin's to be presented at this ceremony have complied with all the conditions required by University of the Arts London. I present the following candidates for awards from C School. Postgraduate, Research Programme PhD, Troy Wise. MA Art and Science, Suzanne Abel. Sarah Rose Akbar. Lina Albiruti. Sigrid Bieber Bannenberg. Angelo Bartolome. Emma Brunelli. Letitia Cagnette. Benedict Douglas Scott. Alessandra Gibson. Misako Holly Hayashi. Maria Kornieyeva. Omalola Mao. Juliana Ordine Montinola. Andrew Morley. Kentara Okumura. Tulin Melis Sen. Yui Wu. Sanha Yang. Leah Zunino. MA Arts and Cultural Enterprise, Elliot Anderson. Stephanie Barker Fry. Jordan Blanchard. Carman Chan. Si Chung Henry Cheng. Kyriakos Chrysostomou. Yung Yung Ruby Fung. Hu Chong Ho. Cam War Thomas Hui. Leah Kennedy. Chung Yan Lam. Chi Lo. Yi Ting Bernice Ma. Katie McGregor. Alice MacLeod Bishop. Nijen. Pavel Odinin. Inzi Razakyayam. Christian Stapleton. Mackenzie Walchuk. Lai Quen Wong. Mansum Yan. Ka Ki Yip. MA Character Animation. Jiwon An. Saba Bezaye. Pachara Charoensuk. Felix Cheng. Yichi Sui. Widanale Ashwita Avanji Demel. Mingyu Deng. Lucas Denholm. Paizen Dong. Olivia Francisci. Ying Gao. Xinyi Gu. Danning Guo. Yuqing Ji. Ying Jian. Wenwei Kang. Wanyan Keng. Wing Leung. Yuqian Li. Evelyn Liu. Florence MacLeod. Fabian Maxwell Drake. Isolde Meyer Milenkovic. Zhuanjing Mu. Ava Salina. Vabinka Slavova. Chin Su. Xiao Tang. Jiaxi Wang. Semiao Wang. Yuchen Wang. Tianyu Wei. Connor Westfall. Qingyi Wong. Sairong Shi. Shulei Yin. Hermeng Zhang. Xiaotong Zhang. Yuchen Zhang. MA Contemporary Photography, Practices and Philosophies, Simon Barrett. Anastasia Belinskaya. Daniel Bernal Kobios. William Britton. Jaiwen Chen. Kai-Ying Chen. Alexis Sismas, Ruweng Feng, Orla Gaffney Howson, Bingyue Han, Yanyao Huang, Joanna Kazmaier, Yuming Liu, Sergio Moreno Gomez, Stanley Platten, James Spillett, Zerchi Shu, Shuchan Zhan, Lycaron Zhang. MA, Culture, Criticism and Curation, Fatima Chalala, Uchong Cho, Giovanna Colagrossi, Clara Dean, Tay Anya Earl, Shuyao Ge, Ning Guo, Harlock Jeffrey Kwong, Elise Leon Morales, Ka-Wing Leung, Hao Chen Luo, Colleen Milevsky, Isabella Millett, Katie Morris, John Murray Jr., Leonard Page, Pushwan Chin, Kiara Scott, Olivia Sinclair, Reka Sabo, Carolina Zelenate, Weijing Zhang. MA Fine Art, Anjum Adukat, Javier Arin Alvarez, Emily Bottomer, Leon Brown, Chi Chen, Yanmeng Chen, Julia Vanchinska, Thomas Raymond Green, Felix Gumbush, Stephanie Harlow, Thomas Holland, Yuqing Ho, Orly Howard, Lanyang Huang, Finn Hughes Smith, Bahwana Jane, Maria Kadelberg, Yiwei Liu, Malek Mata, Amanda Moraes Pekshire, Jasmine Osegbu, Hugh Jin Park, Jennifer Pasmino, Han Yu Chi, Karampreet Sembi, Neve Shepherd, Oyinade Sonolo, Eva Sykes, Farwa Tahir, Sarah Taylor. Yunting Xia. Yunsei Shi. Shuting Shu. Yunyi Ya. MA Fine Art Digital, Ashton Blythe. Martina Margot Kotzi. Karen Day Hutchinson. Sarah Louise Dobson. Carl Hagan. Richard James Hansard. Catherine Hurd. Bethany Court. Diane Matthews. Victoria Naranovich. Rosalind Newby. Eliza Rawlings. Marina Romanova. Daniel Silas. MA Intercultural Practices. Danielle Carbon Wilson. Angela McIntosh. MA Performance, Design and Practice. Florence Bays. Yuki Chen. Zerfan Gu. Jing He. Suyun Kim. Celeste Langry. Xuan Ma. Sadie Martin. Yishuan Chiu. Amy Sweet. Yi Tang. Jiaming Wang. Zedi Wu. Chang Shu. Ziyi Xuan. Li Shuang Yang. Yuchen Zhou. MA Performance Screen. Grecia Castillo de la Paz. Sarah Chirillo. Lei Fang. Alec Gleason. Miles Golby. Mars King. Kim Lam. Xinchang Lei. Howlin Li. Zershuan Li. Nicole Littleton. Shuo Ma. Philippe Machado. Yunyu Mao. Yin Chen Shen. Jack Tisdall. Heyun Wang. Zershuan Wang. Xiaofan Ying. Jinling Zhang. Rawabing Zhou. MA Performance Society, Sarah Dixon. MA Performance Writing, Eliana Amias. Xiaohuang Gui. Niwo Shioyu Ying. Emres Exhibition Studies, Akari Kanaoka. Yu She. Shui Sun. Zehua Zhang. Jiele Zhou. Emres Moving Image. Alina Bratan. Ethan Byrne. Yuan Chinka Peng. Benjamin Shonkan. Chioshi Wang. Emres Art, Theory and Philosophy. Maria Bakali. Varvara Bichkova. Xuanlong Lu. Jianing Tang. Graydon Wells. By the authority of University of the Arts London, I confer on these candidates the awards for which they have qualified. I'd now like to welcome Rathna Ramanathan, Provost of Central St Martin's, and Claire Connor, Chief Executive of the Place and the London Contemporary Dance School, to present the honorary awards.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce our honorary degree recipient, Tess Jarre, to whom we award an honorary doctorate. Tess Jarre is an artist and educator whose work is held in world-renowned institutions, including the Tate and the Victoria and Albert Museum. Her decade-spanning career has established her as one of the leading contemporary British painters and printmakers. Born in Vienna, Austria, Tess and her family moved to England in 1938 as Jewish refugees fleeing occupation. Tess recalls, "As a young artist, it never occurred to me that I would have a career. It was wartime when I was a small child, and there was no television or the computer world that exists now, so I would draw. I drew what I saw around me. I drew fields, trees, hills, and hedges, and I just never stopped." She graduated from Central St Martin's and the Slade School of Art. In 1964, she began teaching at Hornsey College of Art before becoming the first female tutor at the Slade in 1968, where she taught for 3 decades until becoming Reader Emeritus in 1999. When asked if there was a particular milestone that had launched her career, Tess replies, "I feel like I'm still waiting for this." Her creative practice is characterized by the use of architectural forms and repetition and spans painting, drawing, and printmaking. She has had numerous solo exhibitions at esteemed institutions, including the Serpentine, the Ashmolean Museum, and most recently, the Millennium Gallery in Sheffield. Her work is included in major public collections such as the Tate, the V&A, and the Centre Pompidou in Paris. She reflects, "I have been working as an artist for 70 years, and I still have only questions about the importance of art or the lack of it, about its meaning in the world, and trying to understand what it is that I have been doing all these years and where I can go from here. The world of art," she says, "seems to me like an expanding universe. The closer you get to one planet, the more another looms into sight." Tess's work, which explores our relationship with space and scale, extends beyond gallery walls into large-scale public commissions. Notable examples include the tiled terrazzo floor at Victoria Station and the tapestry building installation at Granary Square. In recognition of her contributions, she was made an honorary fellow of the Royal Institute of British Architects in 1995. She's also widely known for her writing and has published several books, including a collection of essays titled Painting, Mysteries and Confessions. In 2010, she was elected a Royal Academician by the Royal Academy of the Arts and was made a senior Royal Academician in 2013. Tess says her proudest moment of her career was finishing a painting I wasn't deeply ashamed of. Her advice to graduates is, don't even begin to think of having a career as an artist unless you can't tolerate the thought of doing anything else. If you're prepared to face a life without fame or fortune, but know that your real pleasure and satisfaction comes from just making the work itself, then there is a chance you can have a full and rich life. I am delighted to ask the Chancellor to confer the Honorary Doctorate of the University of the Arts, London, on Tess Jarre, RA. Tess has recorded a video for us, which will now play.
Thank you so much. Not only is it a very great honor, but the fact it comes from the University of the Arts, which is something I couldn't have dreamt of as an art student all those years ago, makes it a particularly wonderful occasion for me. My time at St. Martin's gave me a direction that occupied me the rest of my life. As a student in the 50s, we took art very seriously. We believed that it was the noblest way of life you could choose. We were ambitious, but for our work, not for careers. Very few students even imagined they would have careers. Certainly not in the way that is understood now. In his address to new students, one of my tutors told us we would be wise to leave immediately and get proper jobs as bus conductors or seamstresses. However, many of my generation have spent their lives as artists, and a number of them successfully. We were all very important to each other and didn't take much notice of our tutors. Tutorials were held 3 times a term, lasted for about 20 minutes, and only later became so-called deep structured conversations. Never again would our work get so much attention. In the end, you don't really come up with any answers. All you have are questions, but the questions go on, and that is, I think, what is so interesting for me anyhow. Whether you're faced with a canvas, a sculpture, a computer, or an idea, it is always the idea of what happens if I do this next, and you never know until you do it. If you are looking for an older artist to tell you what to do, who will help you see into the future as to what it means to be an artist, I can't help you there. This is a mystery that goes on all one's life. Thank you.
It gives me great pleasure, now I'm going to start again. It gives me the greatest pleasure to introduce the London Contemporary Dance School honorary degree recipient, Paloma Faith, to whom an honorary doctorate is awarded. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, esteemed faculty, honoured guests, students and graduates, it is a profound honour and a personal joy to welcome someone of immense creative brilliance, someone I had the privilege of teaching as a young artist at the very start of her creative journey. As we confer an honorary doctorate upon Paloma Faith, I find myself thinking not just of her remarkable body of work, but of the vividly original teenager I remember, already fierce, imaginative, and utterly herself. I spoke recently to Paloma's mother, who is here with us today, and she reminded me of something that has always defined Paloma, her determination. Once she had an idea, you could be sure she was going to follow it all the way through, no matter how unconventional, ambitious, or brilliantly unexpected it might be. Paloma Faith is an artist who resists easy categorization. Yes, she is a Brit Award-winning singer-songwriter with a voice rich in vintage soul and emotional storytelling, but her creativity doesn't stop here. She is a performer, a writer, an actor, a filmmaker, a podcaster, a whole creative ecosystem contained within one deeply expressive individual. With a background in contemporary dance and theatre and a degree in fine art from our very own Central St. Martin's, Paloma's work spans mediums, always rooted in emotion, story, and aesthetic boldness. She was also part of Youth, the youth dance company based at the place, which I now have the privilege of leading, and where Paloma is a patron. So it feels particularly special to welcome her here today, a full circle moment for both of us. Paloma's performances on stage, on screen, or in the striking visual worlds she creates are never just about performance. They are about connection. They speak to love, heartbreak, defiance, joy, and survival. They hold space for contradiction, for beauty, for truth. And that truth comes through not just in her music, but in her writing, her podcast, and her beautifully unfiltered reflections on life. She speaks candidly about identity, ambition, creativity, and motherhood, with a warmth and vulnerability that makes people feel seen, inviting us to share in truths across platforms. That openness is not a performance. It is part of her character, and it is rooted in something powerful, and it continues to shape her, whether navigating the challenges of the broadcast industry, where working class artists are still underrepresented, and where honesty, especially for women, is too often treated as disruptive. She continues to speak with fearless clarity. She speaks with courage about inequality in the creative industries, about class, access, visibility, and how hard it can still be for working class voices to be heard in spaces that are meant to be for everyone. And you know this very well. She does not shy away from what's difficult. She uses her platform to speak clearly and compassionately about injustice, about human rights, and about the responsibility to care. Even when the issues are complex or contested, her activism is rooted in empathy and in the belief that public voices can and should be used for the greater good. At UAL and The Place in London Contemporary Dance School, we champion artists who challenge convention, who push their form, speak their truth, and help others to find theirs. Paloma Faith is exactly that kind of artist. Today, we honor not just a performer, but a cultural voice, not just a graduate, but an alumna who continues to inspire, question, connect, and lead. A woman who has made space for vulnerability in the spotlight, who reminds us that creativity isn't just about what we make, but how we shape the world around us. I am delighted to ask the Chancellor to confer the Honorary Doctorate of University of the Arts London on behalf of London Contemporary Dance School on Paloma Faith.
Hello. Thank you, Claire. She first became my teacher when I was 11 years old. I can't believe we've come this far and we're still alive. Thank you so much. It really is an honour. I've never really won anything without truly noticing and turning my whole body, face towards the impossible challenge. I've not won a raffle, a prize, or the hearts of anyone without really working hard for it. I come from Hackney. A broken home, broken hearts, broken system, broken landscape, broken mind, but always with optimism. I was state educated in a tough school with amazing, devoted and inspirational teachers. Claire Connor was one of them. And she was the first person to make me believe that I could be whatever I wanted to be. I have a BA and an MA already, and I worked really, really hard at those and didn't show up for the graduations because I felt a bit embarrassed and fluky about it. But when you win an honorary award, you have to show up because you've not technically felt like you've done any work. So that's why I'm here today, and it's the first time I've ever worn this insane medieval outfit. But I am so grateful to be here. It's not something that I ever thought would happen to me. It would be really remiss of me to come here and say that I've not done much, because I have. I describe my work ethic as climbing up a mountain with a pickaxe, and I'm motivated by a responsibility to use and generate a platform for the betterment of humanity, and simultaneously to be able to put whatever food I want to buy in my shopping trolley in the supermarket without having to add it up on a calculator first. This is a luxury most people don't have. Ever since I was small, I knew I was an outsider. I never felt the same as everyone else. I could never quite understand why most people didn't feel as much as I did. I take it all on. I'm an empath. Sometimes I feel like the world and my feelings are overwhelming. I want to hide, and I do hide behind a mask of confidence or humour, and at times an outfit. I've always tried to find ways to connect with people through alternate modes of communication, because often it's been the only way I can forget my difference and celebrate what makes us the same. I've been so lucky that along the way, people I've encountered have lifted me up, mentored me, taught me. I've never been too proud to accept advice. And I've had so much belief lavished on me along the way. Claire Connor, Ken Riddell and Ken Muller at my secondary school, then at youth at the place, Wayne McGregor, Marissa Karneski in the performance arts sphere, and an ongoing long-term relationship with a management team that adapts with my ever-changing and very whimsical career moves. When I attended Central St Martin's for my master's, I was asked by my course director, Pete Brooke, who I don't know. Hi, Pete, I haven't seen you in 25 years. What my final piece would be. And I began to describe a site-specific performance involving dance, music, and drama. And he said something that changed and shaped my whole catalogue of work. He said, I didn't ask how you were going to say what you wanted to say. I asked what you were going to say. The medium's completely irrelevant. And so now, 22 years later, I can stand up here and say to you with whole heart that I have written albums, I've acted in TV and film, I've written scripts, pitch ideas for TV shows, talked to great minds and high achievers on my podcast, campaigned tirelessly for human rights. I have been a Times best-selling author. I've been a ghost on a ghost train, a life drawing model and an artist, a designer of homewares, baby accessories, a dramaturgist, a set designer, a director, and nothing has ever been more important than the message. Thank you. The other graduates in this room's message will be different to mine, Mine is about what unites us, what makes the human condition so unbearably devastating and so wonderfully joyful, paradoxically. How we can find such disparity of feeling, such a loss of empathy, and yet at times such a wealth of mutual understanding and community all at the same time. What is it that binds us together, not what separates us? As artists, we're constantly learning. We have the luxury of trying new things, of engaging with strangers, of being vessels for conversation and dialogue. Everything we do has the potential to be art. What a privilege. I do hope that you understand that if you train as a dancer, you are an artist, and if you train as an artist, you are a dancer. What matters is the message, and it can take many forms. Please don't go into the art world feeling boxed in by your studies or institutional ideologies. Studying anything has the unfortunate implication that it might put you off that subject. There's some people who agree. Rail against the rule book, shake the bars, dance on the desk of the oppressors, figuratively, not literally. Please don't feel restricted. You are all designers, you're activists, you're filmmakers, teachers, thinkers, choreographers, musicians, actors, sculptors. The world is your oyster, and right now, more than ever, the world needs your voices, your language, and your open-hearted passions. You are our only hope. Art has influence, it always has. So set out to influence flawed systems, culture, inclusion, diversity. Do it all with passion. Your existence is a political act. Andy Warhol once said, art is whatever you can get away with. So, my advice to anyone in this room today is try and get away with as much as you possibly can. I will end with an excerpt from a poem called To a Young Poet by Palestinian poet Mahmoud Darwish. Don't believe our outlines, forget them, and begin from your own words. And if you are the first to write poetry, Don't believe our outlines, forget them, and begin from your own words, as if you are the first to write poetry or the last poet. If you read our work, let it not be an extension of our errs, but to correct our errs in the book of agony. Don't ask anyone, who am I? You know who your mother is. As for your father, be your own. Truth is white, write over it with a crow's ink. Truth is black, write over it with a mirage's light. Free Palestine, trans lives matter, and climate change is real. Thank you.
Thank you, Paloma. I am delighted to now present the Professorial Award, which the Chancellor will confer. The university has resolved to confer the title of Professor of Creative and Sustainable Learning on Paul Haywood for his outstanding academic leadership and the transformative impact of his collaboration and practice. And now, before we continue with the presentation of the candidates, we have a special film featuring some of the London Contemporary Dance School graduates as they look back on their studies. Following the film, Dean of C School Rebecca Fortnam and Chief Executive of the Place and the London Contemporary Dance School Claire Connor will present the candidates for awards from Central St Martin's C School and the London Contemporary Dance School.
I think through the whole course, what we've learned is like going with our gut feeling.
I think to stay playful and curious, it keeps you involved in the work you're making and it allows it to grow.
After LCDS, I feel more driven.
Doing it with my best friends and some of the coolest people is something really special as well.
My advice to people entering the dance sector would be curious.
Make sure to enjoy it. Like, all the time you get to be on stage is a wonderful thing, so really make the most of it.
I want you to hold on to who you are and why you started dancing.
The whole thing is about listening to our body, and that's not a way that I thought about things before coming here.
Be adventurous, explore different practices, go watch shows, try different things, read books, watch films.
They are all really individual as movers, and it's been nice to see how they shine individually as well as a group.
The industry is changing quite rapidly, which is a very, very beautiful thing, but it gives us an opportunity to create our own paths, to not be afraid.
Before I joined LCDS, I was uncertain, shy.
Before I was very, very timid.
I thought I'd only come for a year and I stayed because I loved it.
Your why is something that is a really great motivator that no one can ever take away from you, so it's good to remember that.
And now I think I'm a lot more confident in who I am.
I feel certain of myself. I feel sure of who I am, even if I don't know where it's going to take me.
My highlights would be the range of performance opportunities I've had, especially in this third year.
My biggest highlights would definitely be every chance I've got to perform in the theatre. Performing in that space is something really special because of the history and the legacy that's there.
But I've also grown in a lot of ways, and I'm more sensitive and more aware and grateful for the things I'm able to pursue.
I'm just ready for whatever. I think I know I can handle whatever, and I'm not sure at the start I knew how much I was capable of.
I present the following candidates for awards from C School. Undergraduate, BA Honours, Culture, Criticism and Curation. Javeen Adugamfi. Alia Ahmadi. Aliona Baranova. Estefania Castello. Yik Chan. Lua Costa. Hira Crossan. Aida Dagui. Blanca de la Cuadro Salcedo Sáenz. Alma Fagis. Joanna Fraser. Maisie George. Victoria Gutek. Jessica Hannan. Darcy Harding. Evie Harmon. Marie Hills-Buck. Cheongjue Hu. Heijin Im. Fasia Khalid. Razan Kuzbari. Theo Lamberet. Grace Lee. Rose Lloyd. Renee Mabeo. Harold Maha. Adelaide Mellon. Sophia Moore. Maria Alexia Pampantonopoulou. Sophie Reed. Caroline Ruz. Maria Ryabinskaya. Emilia Sofri. William Stephen. Fei Wang. Yifei Wu. BA Hons Fine Art. Hirut Bailey. Millie Barton. Poppy Bainham. Xuan B. Jodie Biggs. Georgia Bird. Sophie Bond. Emily Bradford. Arif Brooks Price. Solana Bultiel. Charlotte Campbell. Dylan Capon. Eleonora Castor. Georgia Chapman. Wingsy Wincy Cheng. Yinhuo Cheng. Tegan Chinogori. Daisy Chitty Williams. Genevieve Chu. Orson Coupland. Katie Crease. Sydney Cressell. Uma Dehan. Wen Deng. Evie Doncaster. Hugo Donovan. Emily Edgar. Suzanne Elvin. Jade Emsley. Eve Erickson. Shui-Tong Feng. Olivia Foster. Maya Fuzi. Harmony Francis. Thomas Freestone. Ginger Gailey. Isabel Gallagher. Elena Garcia Savent. Yuancha Ge. Nicole Garja. Elizabeth Gran. Antigone Gronland. Maximilian Gu. Ava Hall. Dahlia Halwani. Tommy Hanaway. Zena Harper Diabate. Francesca Hender. Callum Hendrickson. Constance Hickman. Laura Higgins. Yi Yan Hu, Jasmine Imran, Jacqueline Ito, Su Yun Jung, Alexandra Jones, Isabel Jones, Grace Kelly, Noah Kim, Kana Kimura Dickinson, Francesca Crum, Zofia Laskowska, Eileen Leopold, Amber Lewis, Sergia Lee, Zhuofan Lee, Yanzi Lian, Shiwen Liang, Xinyu Liu, Jessica Locke, Caitlin Luckman, Rosa Madsen, Annette Marchini, Eleanor Masters, Jan Mayer, Anastasia M. Golabishvili, Zach Miller, Daisy Miller-Cole, Holly Millwood, Ashley Mitchell, Yvette Monova, Leah Moran Chatterton, Benjamin Moss, Stephanie Mountain, Isabel Navarro Alatorre, Olivia Naismith, Rudy Noble, Elizabeth O'Brien, Joseph Ajamuyiwe, Utaro Atake, Maisie Pack, Rowan Parker-Rennick, Tess Pirry, Cornelia Plazovich, Millie Potton, Amy Preston, Bo Roberts, Dan Rong, Leon Roquette, Kitty Saxby, Mohammed Sheikh, Amaya Shankar, Dominic Shaw, Amy Sheldon, Wei Yu Chen, Samuel Shepherd, Iman Sidoni Samuels, Yasmin Simcock, Kari Tokoro, Lily Vince, Sam Wallace, Jianing Wang, Xiaochen Wang, Palisa Weeks Franklin, Alicia Weston, Lara Watmo, Eva Whitehurst, Ed Whittle, Zoe Williams, Oliver Winder, Eloise Winfield Davis, Shauna Wright, Kelly Wu, Kit Wyborn, Yu Yan Shi, Ziyuan Xing, Urchin Xu, Lingxi Yang, Xinyi Yao, Charlotte Yang, Yanqiu Yu, Menglu Yuan, Jade Zahir, Jicha Zhang, Zhangyi Zhao, Wenqing Zhu, Quinily Zaibrahimi, Mayan Zaka. BA Performance, BA Honours Performance Design and Practice, Xinyi Bai. Larissa Bruleva, Anna Cantes Freeman, Yuqing Cao, Ziyu Chen, Shan Chiang, Kyra Davey, Xuan Shu Dong, Raphael Godfrey, Rose Grover, Rothy Zhang, Sud Kavlak, Yat Leung, Eris Lovely, Yurkai Makoni, Fiona Nicholas, Andrea Proano Sedieno, Kailong Ren, Anjali Ray Sharma, Hanika Smith, IU. By the authority of the University of the Arts London, I confer on these candidates the awards for which they have qualified.
I present the following candidates for awards from London Contemporary Dance School. Layla Carroll, Ola Berestka, Megan Dyke, Ayana Gordon, Quincy Kawahara, Pearl Lee, Abigail Lewis, Siyu Liu, Anna Noakes, Lorianne Peters, Harrison Putt, Mariana Sifridi, Timia Salontayolva, Alicia Tomasi Marianageli, Eve Walker, Jessica Shi Warshall, and Sheena Yoshida. For the Masters in Expanded Dance Practice, Xinyi Du, Marta Guerra-Doblas, Lalesa Juson, Joanna Grasny von Kievska Ranjan, Lydia Swift, Billy Taylor, Youngji Chen, Chan Tin Lok. And for the Masters in Screen Dance, Laura Bodnar, Catherine Carancho, Eloise Frey, Gabrielle Heathman, Lauren Heckler, Lizzie Johnston, Blue Ka-Wing, Odalas Salcedo, Marie Williamson, Tanika Wimbledon McEvoy, for the Bachelor of Arts in Contemporary Dance, Amina Abdel Al, Anna Al-Korpi, Benjo Abtrut, Jack Barron, Leela Bobak, Elfin Bonhomme, Katie Brignall, Ty Burrows, Yarrow Kay, Hannah Carlson, Summer Clark, Lucy Coleman, Noor Darwish, Olivia Davey, Emma Dexter-Smith, Nancy Dickinson, Rebecca Dodd, Briss Elosa, Olivia Francis, Fionnuala Fraser, Shell Renata Garcia, Isabella Gaynor, Dulcie Gilbertson, Bertie Jeffrey, Madeline Jessen, Sasha Johnson, Sarah Kosobe, Alma Kremnitsa, Louise Lawson, Millie Lease, Caitlin Lim, Yima Lin, Evie Longstaff, Amelia McCulloch, Leila Nadone, Esme Orgles, Daphne Peters, Jamie Powell, Rosie Robertson, Elena Sarezadi, Sophie Scarborough, Juliana Schmaus, Lauren Scott, Emily Sears, Lee Sehui, Annalie Sparks, Dan Sutton, Annalie Tan, Katrine Tani, Caris Thomas, Charlie May Townend, Mahala Tucker, Lily Walker, Louise Warwicker, Alina Waits, Elise Watts, Melody Weston Shaw, Jonah Wigley, Tabby Wilmore, Phoebe Woodthorpe, Tan Yuning, So for MA Performance Screen, Valentina Angelucci. Madeline Knight, BA Contemporary Dance. Angeline Arena Vedera, MA Culture Criticism Curation. Jenny Ward, Expanded Dance Practice Masters. Jiegi Zheng, BA Fine Arts. Yusen Fang, MA Fine Arts. Liang Ziwan, BA Fine Arts. Joe Christos Akeli, BA Fine Arts. Sajar Juk Blagovic, Art and Science. Miles Graham, BA Fine Arts. Annette Aloshinin, BA Fine Arts. John Rhodes, BA Contemporary Dance Performance. Daphne Wright, BA Contemporary Dance Performance. Sharon Han, BA Knitwear. Caitlin Hill, BA Fine Arts. Ning Ji, MA Art and Science. Mariana Whistlecroft, MA and Expanded Dance Practice. Yufei Chen, BA Fine Arts. Lovey Thornton, MA Performance Design. Min Verong Song, BA Fine Arts. Patrick Campbell, BA Culture Criticism and Curation. Hang Zan, MA Performance Design and Practice. Sharon Luo, Performance Design and Practice. Muhan Lee, Character Animation. Beatrice Bentico Gomez, MA Culture Criticism and Curation. And Shiran Huang, MA Art and Science. By the authority of the University of the Arts, I confer on these candidates the awards for which they have qualified.
I now call on Tegan Chinaguri, a graduate of BA Fine Art, to respond on behalf of the student body.
Bruv, I'm too short for this thing. Paloma, give me a piggyback, like, come on now. Guys, we ate that, we ate. But yeah, I know my mum's fuming in the private box, but my name's Tegan Shimagore, like, but anyway. But yeah, guys, sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. Like, my little legs are shaking behind the podium right now. But I'm seeing all you guys' beautiful faces. Let me take a little picture. Lit. Okay. I'd like to introduce myself, Tegan Shimagore, also known as Mayor of Stevenage, also known as B-Knock. But today, my role is guest speaker. Graduate speaker, sorry. But yeah, I was studying on fine art, more specifically the 4D pathway, where my 4D is at. Hey! The best pathway. But yeah, I'm not one for sober speeches, but I'm going to try my best. First on the agenda, a big congratulations to the class of 2025. Yup. Not alone in our journey, I also want to thank the tutors, staff, and technicians. Johnny boy, where you at? John Seth? Come on. Hey, go on, get up, do a little twirl, do a little spin. I'd also like to thank technicians Alex, Patrick, Savas, Vince, Vicky, Eche. I don't know if the queens are here right now, but I'm giving everyone their roses right now. Even Phil at the door, he even got an earful of my chaos every day, like clockwork. Shout out to the canteen staff and the student bar for keeping us hydrated. But yeah. Obviously Alex, Shady, and Helena for your relentless tombola, keeping us gambling well, obviously. But yeah, you guys all entertained our tomfoolery and shenanigans for the past 3 years. So thanks for that. And yeah, like when Alex showed me after the grad speech, I was gassed until I had to write it. But yeah, I was umming and ahhing about the speech because I wanted to do the class justice. And yeah, like, because I'm saying, like, we're pretty lit and like, but a friend told me to speak from the heart, so that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, guys, buckle up. It's gonna be proper sappy and stuff. So yeah. Ultimately, I think what made me and so many of us our time here was the forever friendships that we made. So yeah, Yvette and Leon, Uma, give me a little holler wherever you are. Me like shout out to my man, damn. Another 20 shouts outs to go. Some of you may remember one fateful night in the student bar involving lots of tequila and a first-year Teague falling asleep on the train to Leeds at 2 a.m. But yeah, mind you, that is the other side of the country, so I was pretty gassed with that. That's a pretty good side quest. But yeah, I'd never told my mum that until now, so yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, first thing I did on the train, I called my friend Uma. Where we are? Uma. Called my bae Uma. But yeah. And then at times when I couldn't see sense or I wanted to cry about everything and nothing, I'd call my friend Yvette, wherever she is. Yeah. So quiet, yeah? Don't go crying on me, yeah? And yeah, when I wanted to do all-nighters in the library and eat nothing but a pack of Oreos and a liter of Red Bull by my side, I call my boy Leon. Where you at, King? I can't see shite. Hey, Leon. Hey. To join me, and when there was nothing else to do but dance, I call all 3 of them. I'm sharing these stories in hopes that you guys remember your own memories that shaped you during this time. Whether it's a memory of being alone in the studio late at night, or you had company, or you were lucky enough to phone a friend along the way, I just wanted to give you all a big cheers for reaching this milestone. But yeah, so like applaud yourselves, give yourself a little pat in the back or something. This community of creatives have been so generous and resilient. The passion that radiates off of every single one of you will take you to some amazing places. The biggest lesson that I've learned from all of you, beyond the paintbrushes, the pencils, the sewing machine, the dancing, the sound, the graphics, the sketchbooks, is that your greatest tool is your voice. And then with that being said, I'd like to applaud the student activism we've seen across the globe and here at UAL in regards to the ongoing genocide in Palestine. The university's complicity within this tragedy is appalling. This university should sever ties with these specific brands and partnerships. As you were saying earlier, we harbor some of the most innovative minds. Sorry, I've lost my place on this. Sorry. Right. We demand as students that you cut ties with brands not limited to, but L'Oreal and Lloyd's Bank. I'm gonna go off script because I'm gonna freestyle it a little bit, but as I sit here in the milestone that we're in, and we're enjoying ourselves as we should, because we've just done something amazing, I'm just thinking about all those kids and students with what they were dreaming about and their families' ambitions to see them do their graduation, and this privilege that we're sitting in that lots do not get the privilege to see through. And yeah, I just wanted to say that, and free Palestine, and yeah.
Well done to you all. I'll just move that up. Well done to you all. Please stay seated until the processions have left the auditorium. I now declare the 2025 awards ceremony closed.